They gotta tell you. They gotta tell you their jurisdiction. How you got jurisdiction over me?
And who is the state?
Right.
Like,
But if you don't know how to press the issue of jurisdiction, it's real simple. First thing you ask them is, are you an Article 3 court? Because according to Article 3 of the United States Constitution, that all courts must be registered under Article 3.
Okay.
No state court is an Article 3 court, period.
Okay.
So now they still got subject matter jurisdiction, but they don't have the jurisdiction of the person.
Okay.
The subject matter is the subject and they matter in a courtroom that don't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
But they holding you as the collateral for the debt.
Are they? Is they opening up your trust? Because I hear we all got a trust if you're from the land. Is they opening up your trust and using it every time you go to court? What's that about?
So they taking your trust is a trade instrument.
That's what you mean by the signature. That's the instrument that they're using instead of carrying cash, right?
Well, kinda. The courts, when they charge you with something, they put a lien on your personal bond. Your personal bond is guaranteed by your trust. Now, if you take the bond out first off the warrant before you enter in the courtroom, then you hold the jurisdiction, not them.
Okay.
But it becomes a tricky, slippery slope, though.
So is that why they had the bondsman? Because I was always wondering why you got to go to a bondsman to bail somebody out. What was that about?
So the bonding agent, right, they are the ones who can access the trust. They know how to do it, but they're not going to tell you how to do it. So what they're going to do is they're going to access your trust. We put the lien on you for the amount of the bond. So let's say you got $100,000, 10%. They want you to put up $100 on the 10%. They put up the 1,000. But what they doing is on the bond that they posting is the bond on the entire court case.
Okay.
And the bond on the entire court case may be hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
And they are entitled to receive a what they call a finder's fee. A finder's fee for being the person that accessed your trust.
They've been duping the people all the time.
Now the courts can take the whole whatever the bond is, right? The courts can seize that because the clerk of the court is the holder or the keeper of the bond. It's a trick. They want you to shoot high so they can hit you low, but if you go low, they're gonna hit you high.
Yeah. So
it's a trap no matter how you look at it, entering into their court system.
Yeah.
The only thing that's supposed to stop all proceedings is a challenge to jurisdiction. Anytime you challenge jurisdiction, the court's responsibility is to establish a competent jurisdiction on the record. You can look that up. Just research jurisdiction.
I believe you. I've heard of it. Yes, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So any challenge to jurisdiction is supposed to stop all proceedings until they can show on the record the competency of their jurisdiction. Soon as they show that they're not an Article 3 court, their jurisdiction is lost of the person. So they don't have no jurisdiction over you. They got a jurisdiction over your straw man. Your legal fiction.
Yep.
That's subject matter.
And you know the crazy part? When we having babies, you got to ask yourself, I had to ask myself, I'm having these babies in these hospitals. Why is Social Security there asking you to sign these paperwork before you leave out of here for that birth certificate and that social? This is a private moment. I almost lost my life having this baby. But they making sure you sign the papers before you leave up out that hospital.
Yep.
And I had to think, like, why, like it's a bonding moment. You just gave birth and it's a life and death situation for a woman. So when you just giving birth to something, why would Social Security Administration be there at the hospital And they making sure they forcing them papers like a day before you leave the hospital. Oh, make sure you fill this out before you leave. You gotta have it back.
So this is how it worked. Whoever you had a baby with, y'all produced a new company, a new straw man, and the reason they need you to fill out the paper is to create a trust in the straw man name.
A new corporation.
A new corporation.
Okay.
Right? And the manifest of birth is called a birth certificate. Right? But it's actually a shipping document under Admiralty law.
Wow.
It's called a manifest of birth. When you pull the ship into the dock, it's at its birth.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's deep. That's deep.
So when you pull the ship into the birth, you have to present to the doctor, the one who controls the dock.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Wordplay.
Right. So now you got to produce the manifest, the birthing manifest, which tells you the what's on the ship.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's deep. How you broke that down. Look. Ooh, you is the truth. You is the truth. Oh so, my
God. In all this time that we've been being controlled by this corporation, this legal fiction, they had a ship in the berth in the bay off of DC.
It's a lot of stuff. What's New Hampshire? Why they go meeting at New Hampshire? Because you know I'm in Jersey. And New Hampshire is right up the way. And a lot of these presidents, you know, their main office, I'm noticing, is in New Hampshire.
Yeah, some of them in Connecticut, some of them in Maine. Northeastern Territory. You have to look up the Northeastern Trading Company and you will know that it is owned by England.
The lumber, that's how they got over here. The lumber company, what is it? The lumber something? I know they was coming over here.
There was a whole bunch of them. They had a whole bunch of all of these corporations was commissioned by King George II or King George III.
So ever since 2222, hashtag Free Larry Hoover, me and my cousin was noticing something. What was his name? So he's not the president, but what they call him of England, he's the what? The one guy with the Boris?
The prime minister.
The prime minister. I sent you a picture, right? And they was in court. I guess they was mad. They was talking about, you know, like their system is something going on. It's pretty much what you said. You messed up the algorithm. They're gonna feel it, right? So I took a picture, but when I took that picture of them in court, when they was on, you know, YouTube, me and my cousin was noticing something. I said, "What's that gold rod?" It was like a gold staff or rod or something. It's called a mace. You heard of it, right? The mace is the So I started researching it. My cousin started researching it too. She's in Virginia. They have it in Virginia. The mace. That's leaders when they ruling over a country that they carry. But when you get into the indigenous part of it, right? Because I say, oh, well, what's the indigenous root of it? The mace used to be a war club that the indigenous people used to use when they go to war. And I don't think it was gold. And they said it was probably like a stone or something on it. It was a long rod with it. It's funny because I'm saying rod and I'm thinking about your name, right? But it used to be a war club. So
look up wizard staff.
Okay.
A wizard staff is a stick with a crystal ball on the top.
Okay.
Right. So this is what you're talking about, what you described.
Go lay down. It's down. Go lay down. I'm hot. Crack the window. If I get on the live, they get loud.
This is what a wizard staff look like.
Okay. Yeah. It looked like that.
Mm-hmm. That's because I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So what importance does that have to do with us? Because I feel like that symbolizes something like with their rulership over us.
Okay, so it's different cultures. Like for instance, over here, the staff is not our culture.
Okay.
Our culture is matriarchal.
Okay.
So we give we use as a token of leadership Big Mama slippers. Okay. So we give the women to represent their rulership over the clans is we give them slippers or boots.
Is that why they used to put the baby shoe, dip them in bronze? Do you not remember that? Like when they had a baby shoe, they dip them in bronze as a souvenir. Right.
Those are memorials for the new child.
Okay.
For his first shoes are supposed to be kept by the child for his lifetime.
Okay.
Right, because it's supposed to be the symbol of his first steps.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. The moccasins is like in the, let's say you in Tonga or Samoa. Then it would be more like a flip-flop sandal, Big Mama sandal. Right. Yeah. But here's the thing: in New Orleans, the Big Mama used to wear Big Papa shoes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we used to say Big Mama got on man shoes when she was coming. That's how we used to tell each other. Big Mama got on man shoes. That means Big Mama coming to whoop somebody's ass. Somebody done something.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same as Hatshepsut wore a beard.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Okay. Ooh. Well, I'm not gonna hold you. I know other people want to come on. I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep, I'm about to wrap this one up. This is getting kind of long. I don't want it to be too long where people don't watch the replay.
I know that's right. Listen, it's all coming to a head, like you said.
Yeah.
Hashtag free Larry Hoover. Hashtag free the land. Look.
So, bring back the matriarch.
Yes. Oh, it's coming. I can feel it. It's something in the air and it's changing. So, it's definitely here.
Okay. I'm going to talk back to you later.
Sure enough.
All right.
Out.
Okay, let me see if I can answer a couple questions out of here. A lot of people will be a chief and don't know it because they don't know their culture. When you don't know your culture, you won't know nothing. You can't argue with them about their legal fictions because all of it false. I already talked about Putin at the beginning of the video. You must have came late. How do you find out what your job is and how do you tap into your past life? Your job is what you already like to do that nobody had to tell you to do it. I showed some books earlier. I don't know. I'm going to see if that video saved into the archive. I'm going to post it if it did. But I'm not going to give out any more books, but I'm going to tell you the name of the authors. C.L.R. James was the author of what we call modern day communism. Karl Marx, the Communist Manifesto. This is information we went over earlier. I'm just going back over some of the books. So the writings of Leon Trotsky, the biography of Vladimir Lenin. We also did Joseph Stalin. There's some good biographies on him. And you get to understand the way that the Russian people are. You understand that most of us over here don't know. They call the niggas of Europe. That's what they call Russians over there, the niggas of Europe. And then you got what you call white niggas. Those are Irish. The Irish and the Scots are called white niggas in Europe. So just so y'all know what's going on in the world. And that shit over there is just cleanup. Don't fall for the war cry of the tyrant trying to survive. That shit over with. We not finna get into that shit. Don't got nothing to do with us. Just like they had nothing to do with us going into Iraq or Afghanistan. And America went into Iraq twice, and we ain't had nothing to do with that shit. That was some George Bush personal vendetta shit, trying to clean up his CIA fuck ups, right? Because he put Saddam in power and he put Bin Laden in power. And they always under the impression that if they put you in power, they can take you out. So that's the position on that. So I don't have no more books I'm gonna refer y'all to, but do a comparative analysis on the photographs of Karl Marx and Frederick Douglass, and a comparative analysis of Vladimir Lenin and W.E.B. Du Bois, or Du Bois, whichever one you want to pronounce. And that'd be enough study material to get y'all through a couple of months if you really wanted to get into it, like I was. So with that, I'm gonna cut this one off here, fam. Keep up the good work. We on our way up out this bitch. It's coming. We just don't know the day or the hour, but it's coming. March 16, Blue Out Wednesday. Post hashtag Free Larry Hoover. Blue Heart Backgrounds. Nipsey Blue. That's a West Coast Midwest knock to a knockback on a turnaround off of a false arrest to a liberation of the leaders. So let's get it, people.
We coming in hot at 10:09 on a flip, South 19 on a Sacred Seal. So what we about to get into is the problem and why we ain't finna repeat this history. But I gotta run and grab my lighter right quick. All right, family. I'm gonna do some invites on this, but I can't really do invites on this app, on this device that I'm on. I can only do a couple. It's not Facebook this time. It's the type of laptop this is. So the spread out on it don't let me do mass invites for some reason. So I can't do a lot of them. But I'm gonna get into this shit because y'all need to know what the fuck is going on. All right, I didn't rest too well last night. That's for a couple of reasons. Chaos energy is at an all-time high as radiation is picking up. All right, that's the first thing. While the radiation is picking up, the atmosphere is expanding. It's going from tight to loose. The side effect of that is the grid, the electromagnetic grid, is going to change its polarity, which it already did. If you was watching the Schumann resonance, you would have seen it. And so now we have people that's struggling to wake up in the final stages. This shit not going to be pretty because too many people believe that other people are being misled, don't know what the fuck they doing, even though they show them repeatedly every day what they doing. So let's get to the core. What is all of this chaos about in the streets? It's real simple. It's about civil war. if y'all knew history, y'all would know what they're trying to do. So it's two people or two groups. One group is located in Morocco. Another group is located in Saudi Arabia. The ones in Morocco are Tudors. They are blackamoors and tawny Moors out of Europe that originally came from the Carthaginian Empire. That is what became Morocco. Carthage was before Morocco. They say Morocco is the oldest civilization on earth. That's bullshit. India is older. India is the oldest uninterrupted civilization on this planet. They've been invaded from everywhere, but they're still there with the same philosophy and systems. So the Moors is not the oldest. That's the first problem that we got. Next problem we got is the Amur Inca is not the Blackamoors.